Today I want to tell you guys a very personal story that I hope will inspire you. This is for those of you that feel like an outsider. Maybe you've got a dream that you want to do something big in your life, you want to leave a legacy, and maybe you found that throughout your life you've just had endless amounts of people doubt you or try to make you doubt yourself. Maybe you feel like you don't fit in anywhere you go, and you just seem to have incurred a ridiculous amount of adversity in your life and challenges. And sometimes you might look at other people and think, how is it that some people just manage to stroll through life and they make a load of friends and people don't tend to get triggered by them, or maybe they don't even understand what it's like to be bullied? I want this video to reignite that fire within you. So today I want to talk about the music video that nearly never happened. I'm going to preface this by saying that I feel a little bit nervous about talking about this because it does include other people that I don't necessarily want to piss off, so I won't include any names. But at the end of the day, this is my story, and I experienced this, and none of you guys know about this. You see the music videos on my channel and people can make their own presumptions about how those music video shoots went. Maybe some people look at me and think, oh, she's probably had an easy life and she's probably had a lot of support when it comes to her music. And in some ways I have, and in other ways it's been a battle. So this story is about my music video for Now, which I released years and years ago. But this music video nearly didn't happen at all because of one interaction that, if I let it get to me, it could have stopped the whole thing from going ahead. And I also want to tell you guys that when you get opposition from people, say for example you talk about a dream to someone or a goal that you have, and that person suddenly gets triggered and tries to make you doubt yourself, I am telling you now, those people are channeling demons. Literally, it is the devil trying to stop you from achieving your goal and fulfilling your life purpose, and that is how seriously I take it. It's the day of my music video, and I'd planned everything, you know, the storyboard, I'd got all the props. Luckily, I had contact with various photographers, one in particular that had his own studio. And with every music video that I've ever organised and produced, mostly I've just relied on the fact that I'm good at editing. I didn't have any money to pay a professional videographer. And I suppose that's the thing with creativity, you have to use what you have at hand and make the most of it. On the morning of the shoot, the energy was very off. I had my friend with me at the time. She was not having a good day, and I feel like the energy kind of rubbed off on me, but I suppose that wasn't her fault. It was what it was. But anyway, we get to the studio and there's a lot of setting up to do. I had this outfit that I'd got in my head that had to be literally created there and then. It was literally like a roll of bandage, and my friend just kind of wrapped it around me a few times to turn it into some kind of makeshift leotard, I don't know. Usually to set up a music video, even just for filming, there's a lot of prep that has to be done, and I'd already planned as well that the shoot had to be done over 2 different days because of the severe outfit changes and makeup, etc. And in my mind there was not going to be a single hiccup at all. But the photographer that was supposed to be filming the music video, I suppose, was having issues. And I don't know how to say this without exposing anybody, but basically the photographer's wife turned up, who I knew and didn't think that there was a single problem with the music video shoot happening. She turns up, I'm getting like this bandage dress done upstairs in the studio, and suddenly he has to rush downstairs, and I feel like there's some kind of conflict going on. I did not for a second feel like that had anything to do with me, but I think it did. So there was about 20 minutes worth of tension going on. I could hear that something was going on downstairs, and the nerves just started to kind of pulsate through me. I just had this horrible feeling like the last thing that I want to do is do this music video with this energy. And this is another lesson in this story, right? A lot of creatives will say that they need to wait to feel like the energy's right. They need to wait to feel inspired. Everything needs to be perfect before they go ahead with the project. And as I go through this story, I hope that this teaches you that no, that's not the case. If you wait for the perfect moment, it will never happen. That is the number one rule of procrastination. Anyway, so I go into this kind of side room next to the studio to make a cup of tea, because you guys know that I need my tea. And the photographer's wife comes upstairs and she's clearly very, very pissed off, and she says to me, "So you finished then?" Bearing in mind I've got like a dressing gown over this like bandage outfit that I've got underneath. We haven't even started filming yet. And I just turn to her and say, "Oh, no, we're about to start." And then somewhere along the line, I just dropped it in there that it was actually a 2-day shoot, and that tomorrow we're doing the same thing again, but with a different outfit. And I'm presuming that she didn't know this, and something was going on. I feel like she was really pissed off that she hadn't been told the truth. And then the energy started to turn really nasty. And she said to me, "So, are you making any money from this music?" And I was like, "No." And then I started rambling on, trying to explain to her that in order to do things like this, the money doesn't come straight away. It's kind of not really about making money straight from the get-go, because anyone who's a creative understands that that's just not how the industry works. There's a reason why they have the phrase starving artist. And this was me, right? And then she goes, "So how are you making money then?" And I said, waitressing. And she just turned to me, looked me dead in the eye, and goes, "So, if this doesn't work out then, I guess it's just waitressing for you." I'm sure I don't even have to explain this to you guys, but having something like that said to you is, as an artist, as a starving artist, it's like a dagger through the heart. Like, it's your biggest insecurity, and it's just being thrown in your face. And these kind of things stick with you, and it's kind of like you put all of these comments in this like little box, and it's like you collect them. And the thing that I've learned to do with it is to keep it in that box, and then when I'm ready to create a project, that box just explodes. You have to learn to alchemize this energy. But anyway, she said that comment to me, and instantly my heart just sank. I mean, everything was working against me on that day, and that was just kind of like the nail in the coffin. And I kind of took myself out of the situation. I went into the studio and I was with my friend, and she probably wasn't the most empathetic person in the world. I was kind of tearing up, getting really upset, and in my head I just thought, I'm going to pack up everything and I'm going to go. I'm not going to record this. I can't even bring the energy for this shoot. I'll just cancel the whole thing. But I'm very glad that my friend took a tough love approach, and she just kind of said to me, "Suck it up." She was like, "Forget her, forget that comment, like focus on your goal, get this done, just shut it out." And by some kind of absolute miracle, I got through the shoot, and I bottled all of that energy up, all of the doubt that, because it's not just that comment, it's millions and millions of comments from people throughout your life that just say to you, "You can't do this. Why don't you be more realistic?" And the thing is that one comment could have cost me the entire music video. If I'd have left that day, potentially that video could have never got recorded. And maybe it hasn't got 1 million views, But those who get it, get it. My music is literally my soul. Your creations are not just some commodity and something that is made with a goal of achieving worldly wealth or notoriety. Your creations are what makes your soul immortal. They literally immortalize you. And that demon woman knew it. I'll be honest, I often refrain from bringing this type of energy on my channel because in real life it's never really been received very well. But I really felt like doing this video because you guys see it in a different way. While some people get offended or scared by the fierce energy that I have about all of this, for others, it's something that they need to hear, and it can be the catalyst for you creating one of your biggest masterpieces. Like I say, I have 1,000,001 stories like this, so I guess if it resonates, let me know, and I can just reel them out, you know? If it helps people, then it's worth it. I get a lot of people message me and say that they want to do something innovative. They want to do something that nobody else seems to be doing, but they incur so much doubt from normal people and people don't get it. And my advice would be to say, do it anyway. And also, if you can, try and avoid talking to people about it in general, because honestly, you just have to put more work in to override the doubtful comment that the other person said. And, you know, with my music videos, I had to involve people. I had to have people help me to create the music videos. But even when I started YouTubing and I pivoted to YouTube content, again, more doubt. More people saying, why don't you get a normal job? Why don't you get a job on the side and then do YouTube as well? And it's like, no, been there, done that. And you got to think to yourself as well that what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? You can listen to these doubtful people and appease them, and you can be remembered as a nice person that lived a normal life. Or you can be one of those crazy legends, which has always been my goal, you know? I do not want people to remember me as a normal person. And always remember this, that every single innovative person out there that has gone down in history has been labelled crazy. Every single one of them. And they have all faced extreme adversity. I mean, Jesus got crucified, right? He's probably one of the most famous people in the world, and they crucified him. Demons. I think that's all I have to say for today. If this video inspired you or helped you in any way, do let me know, because this type of video does feel very natural to me. Thank you to everyone who likes, comments, shares and subscribes, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, bye. You know I'll be